When Rachel Ruto says that Kenya's leadership loves God, holds prayers in offices, and even conducts Friday Kesha at State House, she's not just making a spiritual statement, she's making a political communication statement wrapped in a hymn book. And in African politics, when leaders mention prayer frequently, citizens quietly begin checking whether the budget is also fasting. I want us to unpack this moment with practical wisdom and some bit of humor. You see, Kalenjin elders were right when they said that when the drama beats too loudly, the villagers suspect is hiding something. Now, prayer itself is not the issue. Africans are deeply spiritual people. Kenyans are deeply spiritual people. But when government offices begin sounding like revival tents every week, wananchi sometimes start asking, is this spiritual renewal or is this political insulation? Because in ordinary village life, prayer usually increases when rain delays. Prayer increases when cows disappear. Prayer increases when debts mature. Nobody calls an emergency kesha when maize harvest is overflowing. So citizens begin interpreting the message like this. See, leaders praying often means maybe things are difficult, but leaders announcing prayer often means maybe things are very difficult. And leaders announcing State House Keshas weekly, wananchi start sharpening their political calculators. Because public prayer by leadership often signals an attempt to reconnect emotionally with citizens. It simply says that we are humble, we are guided, we are accountable to God. But you see, wananchi quietly respond. We also need accountability for fuel prices. We also need accountability for SHA. We also need accountability for housing levy. It becomes a situation where government says, let us pray together, but citizens says yes, but also let's also check the cost of unga together. You see, the first Friday Kesha at State House is politically powerful imagery because traditionally, Keshas happen before exams, Keshas happen before weddings, Keshas happen before court rulings, Keshas happen before elections. So when State House holds weekly Keshas, wananchi begin wondering, what exam is the government preparing for? A boda rider in Kayole hears this and says, even my motorbike only goes for overnight repair when the problem is serious. You see, religion in African politics is a familiar strategy. Kalenjin elders were not wrong when they said that the goat that belongs to the chief grazes anywhere. You see, religion in politics often works like that God. It travels easily across economic debates. It travels easily across political criticism. It travels easily across public dissatisfaction. Because criticizing a policy is easy. But you see, criticizing a prayerful leader feels very uncomfortable. So public prayer becomes a soft shield, stronger than a hard speech. It quietly tells citizens, we are not just governing you, we are praying for you. And wananchi respond, yes, you're praying for us, but are you also planning for us? If you visit a typical Kenya barber shop, after hearing this announcement, the discussion usually sounds like this. The first customer says, if leaders are praying this much, things must be serious. And then the second customer says, maybe they are praying for the IMF loan. The third customer says, no, maybe they are praying for 2027 election. But the fourth customer, the wisest one, quietly shaving, says that prayer is good, but even Noah built the ark before the rain. Kalenjin elders were not wrong when they said that trust in God, but lock your granary. Africans respect prayer deeply. Kenyans respect prayer deeply, but they also respect result. So when citizens see us about government Keshas, they interpret it like this. You see, policies plus prayer is leadership, but prayer without policies is simply another announcement. And because Kenya is a country where matatu drivers pray before starting engines, because Kenya is a country where students pray before exams, because Kenya is a country where traders pray before opening their shops, citizens expect leadership prayer to produce visible miracles like lower taxes and stable prices. You see, the bottom line is Rachel Ruto's statement sends three political layered messages. The first message it sends is that leadership wants to appear spiritually grounded. The second message it sends is that leadership wants moral legitimacy from citizens. The third message it sends is that leadership wants unity through faith, symbolism. But Wananchi quietly add a fourth message. We support the prayers. Now let us also see the results. My name is Bikati. If it is your first time here, remember to follow this channel and to subscribe for more political analysis.